here, the Frugal Crafter, with another art marketing video, and today I'm going to talk about brand new crafters, handmade business people, and the biggest struggles that they have and how it really takes a village to build your crafting business. This video is brought to you by Renee Christine at richmombusiness.com and her course, Free Handmade Training. It is incredible, and I have a little testimonial. Of course, it's helped 20,000 other crafters, not just me, but I have a little, this is kind of funny. My husband started selling his woodworking, and I rent a shop in an antique mall. I rent a booth, and I just kind of put the stuff that I make from my tutorials in that booth to sell, and different things sell different months, and it's kind of random. But for my husband's stuff, he wanted to know what he should make, because he didn't want to waste the wood that he was using. He wanted to make things that would sell and help him kind of pay for his hobby. And I said, well, I just watched Renee's training at freehandmadetrading.com, and this is just one tip. She's so many tips in there. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, just this one. But she said you should have something that's lower end. You should have something that's medium in the middle price range, and that's what's going to sell like hotcakes. And then you have some expensive things that you're not making to sell. You put them out there with a price tag on. They're probably not going to sell, but they're going to establish a value range. So he has the end grade cutting boards are $65. He has the little wooden bottle openers that are $6, and then he has $20 cutting boards. And we cannot keep those $20 cutting boards in stock. I think people see the quality and the craftsmanship in the $65 cutting board, but it's a little out of their range. But they see that value, and then they see the little bottle openers, which are cute but not really substantial. When they look at that middle ground, it is safe, it is trusted, they can see the other work, and that's what they buy. So just that little tip from the, if you get nothing else from her free handmade training, it's free, what do you have to lose? That really helped him really turn his hobby into a hobby that pays for himself and creates a little bit of profit. So so I just wanted to share that with you, that I really enjoyed that course, and it's free, and I think it would really help you out too. So a lot of you guys are contemplating doing a craft fair this winter, and it's November, so the craft fairs are going to stop popping up. And it occurred to me there are a couple really big struggles that new craft fair goers have. Finding time to make their product and finding people to buy their product. So if you can find a craft fair in your area, it's really great if it's a place you already belong to, like your children's school, your church, any sort of club, group, or organization, 4-H, whatever you belong to in your community. If you can go to a craft fair there, you're going to have a much higher rate of success because you're going to know a lot of your customers. And that's all well and good, but what if you can't find the time to make your product? And I totally feel you, though, because when I started, you know, I had 3 young children. My husband worked full time. It seemed like I did not have, it was nap time. It felt like it was only nap time. It was the only time I had to create. And then I started thinking about, how did my mother do it? I mean, my mother had a business, she had 2 children, and she did craft fairs. And then it occurred to me that she had the support system. All of her sisters crafted. She had 4 sisters. And I remember Saturday mornings in the school gym, you know, gymnasium, sitting behind the craft fair tables, playing with my cousins while my mom and my aunts sold their things that they knitted and sewed and crafted. And it was that support system that made it possible. So of course, when I'm at my cousin's house playing, my mom and her sister would be crafting and making this stuff to go in their craft fair booths. It was social, it was fun, it was a support system. So what you need to do is look around you. And you're probably thinking, I'm just a crafter, I'm not a small business. You know, you really are. If you're making things to sell, you're a small business. So maybe you have a girlfriend who also has young children. Maybe you're both stay-at-home moms. Maybe you can say, hey, Sue, I'll watch your kids on Tuesday for 4 hours if you'd watch mine on Thursday for 4 hours, or, you know, swap it around a little bit so you can get a pocket of time where you can create. Then you just need to figure out the items that you can make in that amount of time that are actually going to sell on your craft fair day. Or it may be that you just want to put up a shop on Etsy and you just kind of want to make one thing, list it, make one thing, list it. You can totally use that time for that. But you have to look around and find that support system. Maybe your support system is your spouse. Maybe you can convince him to take a little bit of the, you know, load off of you for a couple hours so that you can put some time into your business. You could be a wonderful collaboration, even if he enjoys doing handmade things too. You can work together on this. So you just have to look around and find out who is your support system. Now I have another fun story. This was back when my kids were really, really little. I wasn't doing craft fairs yet, but I was making jewelry, and I would make jewelry for friends for their birthdays. And one of my good friends who's a nurse wore a pair of earrings that I gave her for Christmas to work. And then and of course, you know, in a hospital there's so many people. Some of her coworkers asked about the earrings that she was wearing, and she's such a go-getter. She said, my friend Lindsay makes those. I'll bring some in tomorrow. You can see. So she calls me up, Lindsay, got any earrings I can show my coworkers because they want to buy some? So I was like, oh my gosh. So, you know, I think I burned the midnight oil that night, and I made up a bunch more earrings. And then what I did was I put them in a binder, kind of like how I store my stamps in binders like this. And then I just took like those baseball page protectors, and I put a pair of earrings on a little earring card in each, you know, in each of the little slots. So there were 9 on a page, and I gave that to my friend, and she called me the following day at lunchtime. She goes, Lindsay, I am sold out. Do you have any more? I met her in the parking lot at the hospital, like kind of over near the ambulance area. She grabbed new stuff, handed me back the old binder, and I like pulled right around because you couldn't park. It was the ambulance area, and off she went again. I mean, talk about a support system. So what you need to do now is find your advocates, okay? So your girlfriend that loves your handmade jewelry, your friend's parent who loves your knitted cowls, you know, whatever it is. When people say, I really like that, that's awesome, you know, don't be afraid to say, well, I make these on consignment. If you know anybody that wants one, you know, you don't have to say you want to buy one, you know, just say, oh, if you know anybody that wants one, I make these. They're, you know, $20 each or whatever your price is. Don't be afraid to toot your own horn. And pretty soon it will come as second nature, and people won't feel like you're badgering them for sales if you do it right. Think of the success of all of the home-based business, party business, like Tupperware or Pampered Chef or Stampin' Up or Close to My Heart. All of those depend on the networks and the connections and the relationships that you have with your support system. And it also turns out to be a fun time to get together with other people, with other women. I know I'm really gearing this video to women. I apologize to the men out there, but I just want you to look at your support system, see what you have that you can offer them, ask for help if you need it, and be ready to give help in return, because these collaborative efforts, I think whenever you're a small business, no matter what it is, but especially for crafters, it is a collaboration with your community, and you really need to reach out, because you alone in a vacuum are not going to sell anything. You might not even have time to make anything, but once you reach out, anything's possible. So you may be thinking, Lindsay, I've just moved to, you know, the middle of Siberia. I have no community. I have nobody I can reach out to physically. What can I do? Well, you're probably going to be selling online, like maybe on your Facebook page or on Etsy or on a Shopify shop or something like that. Well, maybe you can find somebody that is relatable to you. Maybe you've made friends online. Maybe you make gorgeous cowls and you met this woman who makes gorgeous polymer clay buttons. Well, what if you used her buttons on your cowl and you posted on your Facebook page, say, look at this cowl. Oh, and if you like these buttons, they're available at my friend Jenny's shop. And she shows your cowl and says, here's an idea of what you can use my beautiful buttons on. Oh, and if you like this cowl, you can go look at my friend Lindsay's shop. You know, cross promotion, sharing, caring. You know, you want to create an honest community with give and take, and that is how you can really build up your small business. And it all goes back to my theory that the rising tide lifts all boats, especially when you are a small handmade business. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you try some of these strategies and you reach out to friends, because I don't want anyone to be out there to feel alone. The wonderful thing about crafting is that most of us crafters are big-hearted people. We love the community. We love caring. If we could get together with 20 of our girlfriends and scrapbook all day, it would be just like the best time ever. So reach out to that community. Help each other and all rise up, because you know it's fun doing a craft fair with your girlfriends. Because you know, even if you can't find a sitter, you can take turns watching your kids in each other's booths. You have someone to watch over your booth when you run to the bathroom. You've got someone to help you, because you can't be everywhere at one time. And if you're a small business like a crafter, you are, you're running the show, you're doing everything. So you definitely need to reach out and get support from the people that really care about you and care about what you're doing. I hope you found this helpful. I hope it gave you some great ideas to kind of make that leap from just crafting for your friends and family to putting it out there so more people can enjoy it, because I'm sure they will. And this is the perfect time to do it, because Christmas is coming up. Christmas! you know, and everyone is ready for unique, fun gifts to give, and the best way to do that is to buy handmade, buy local, and yeah, I'll get off my soapbox now. I would appreciate it if you checked out my sponsor, Rich Mom Business, and freehandmadetraining.com. Renee Christine at Rich Mom Business also has a fantastic YouTube channel. I would totally recommend subscribing to her. In fact, I could probably put like a little card up on the screen somewhere so you can just click it and go check her out, because she's wicked fun. Her videos are a riot. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and until next time, happy crafting!